Today you're going to talk about slope of a line and slope-intercept form. So we've talked about this previously. We're going to expand on it a little bit into some real world applications, as well as graphing from a point that is provided. So example 1, we have the graph of a line that passes through point G is 1, 1, and has a slope of -3/4. So the first thing you want to do is start by actually graphing that point. Okay. So step 1, we need to plot point G. Okay, so point G is 1, 1. So you'll go over 1, up 1, and plot your point. Step 2, now you want to work with the slope. Remember, our slope is -3/4, so you're going to go down 3 and over 4 to plot another point. So step 2, use the slope to plot a second point. So from the point you plotted, down 3 and over 4, and plot a point. And then try and connect them with a straight line. Hopefully yours looks better than that. So that is a review of what we've done previously. This one's a little bit different. So you want to find the slope and y-intercept for the line with the equation 5x plus 6y equals 6. So first we need to put it into slope-intercept form. So our goal is to get y by itself. In order to do that, we have to start by moving our x's. We currently have 5x, so in order to bring this 5x to the other side of the equation, we need to subtract 5x from both sides. Notice how I'm not lining this up underneath the 6. These are unlike terms, therefore they cannot be combined. 5x minus 5x subtracts to 0, so you're left with 6y equals, yes, this shows 6 minus 5x, but in order to put it in slope-intercept form, we want to make sure we put the slope first. So negative 5x plus 6. We're almost there. We still have to solve for y. So right now there's multiplication going on between the 6 and the y. So to undo multiplication, or the inverse operation of multiplication, is division. So we need to divide both sides by 6. And remember, you're going to divide each term by 6. This is hard to show on this, so remember, draw your fraction bar, divide by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6. So then you're left with y equals -5 divided by 6. Isn't going to get any nicer, isn't going to reduce. So -5, 6, x plus, and then you have 6 divided by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So in order to determine which one the slope is the term with the x. It does not include the x. So the slope is -5 sixths. Notice how I didn't write an x. If you write an x, you will get the problem wrong. And then the y-intercept is the b of the equation, or a positive one, or just 1. Alright, example 3. Production figures for an assembly plant are represented by a line with a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of -1. Find the equation of the line, then draw the line on the coordinate plane below. So first we're going to put this in y-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. We want to be able to use the information provided and substitute them into the correct locations. it tells us that the slope is 1/2, so that is our m. So we'll have y equals, instead of m, we're replacing it with the slope that it provided, 1/2 x plus b. Our y-intercept is -1. So when we substitute it in, it looks something like that, which is a little bit messy. So you can rewrite this as just subtracting 1. Now we need to graph it. So we're going to start with our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is at -1. So on the y-axis at -1, plot a point. And then our slope is a positive 1/2. So from that point, you'll go up 1 and to the right 2. So from here, up 1, over 2, plot a point. You can do it a couple times just to get a better look at your graph. Should look something like that. And try and draw a line. And lastly, example 4, we have Carmelo. And Carmelo receives a salary of $200 a week, plus a commission of 10% of his weekly sales. We want to write this as an equation of y equals mx plus b to represent his earnings. It tells us the y-intercept is the base salary, and the slope of the line is his commission. So his base salary, he's going to make $200 a week regardless on how much he sells. So it'll turn into y equals, our slope, it tells us is 10%. You need to convert 10% to a decimal. So 10% as a decimal. Convert it, so move it to the left 2 times. 10% as a decimal is 0.10 or 0.1. X plus his salary that he's going to make. So he's going to make $200 a week regardless, so plus 200. That's our starting point. So there's the equation we're going to be using. Now that we have that, part B is going to ask us to do a question. Alright, so if Carmelo sells $1,500 of goods for 1 week, what is his salary for the week? So the goods are represented by X. So we will have Y equals, our slope is 0.10 times the $1,500 of goods he's selling, plus the 200 he makes just for showing up to work. Order of operation tells us we need to multiply before we add. So 0.10 times 1,500 is $150 plus 200. To find how much Carmelo made that week, add them together, he made $350. All right, part C. We're still going to be using that same equation, but now it tells us how much he actually made. So they're giving us the Y value this time, and you need to solve for the X. So $500 equals 0.10x, because we don't know what it is, plus his $200. To solve this equation, to get x by itself, we need to start by moving the constant or subtracting 200 from each side of the equation. So 300 equals 0.10x. We still have to get x by itself, so right now there's multiplication. The inverse of multiplication is division. So you're going to divide both sides by 0.10 or 1/10. When you divide it, you should get x equals 3,000. So Carmelo must sell $3,000 worth of product or goods. All right, what you're going to do next is you're going to go to Delta Math, If you have not done so already, you need to create an account. So you're going to use your first and last name, no nicknames, when you create your account. You also need to use your Discovery Student email, not your personal email. It'll ask you for the code. This is the code that you will put in, and you need to choose the correct period. Once you do that, the assignment that you're completing today is 6.1. Don't forget to hit submit when you're done. Have a good day.